All right. You know the old saying about third time's the charm? Well, this time I not only made sure that the intro that says stream started soon would continue looping, but this time I made sure that my intro did not, so you don't see it twice. Not gonna always remember to do that. I'm only human, I'm not a machine. But hey, it happens. You learn from your mistakes the best you can. Am I gonna still trip over words? Well, you kind of heard me almost trip over there. And hopefully the microphone is as close as I can get it to me. I need to invest in a boom arm, but the problem is I want to make sure I get the right ones. I might have to get another microphone, honestly, because I want to get one that I can take this microphone and attach it to. But it seems like most boom arms I see that don't have a microphone included have a part that I might be missing that I don't have with this one that may not work with this microphone, but I want to still be able to use this one so I can have my earbuds plugged into it. I know, obviously, that's, maybe not. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's see. Did I get any comments here? Okay, we got, of course, Gavin Hill first to join in as always. Hello. We'll see who else who joins in shortly. As I am, of course, once again, as always, live on the usual places here on, YouTube, on Twitch and Kick as well. Let me just find that. I should have a ticker I can put on the bottom of the screen. There's that one. I think. Oh, where's the one I made that's got Twitch and Kick on it? No, that's not it. I think it was this one here. There we go. All right. I couldn't remember which banner it was, so I had to look for the one that I have. All right, cool. So yeah, this stream was, well, even though I do still have a Thursday stream planned as always, and I'm thinking about tomorrow, it might be a watch along of some of my old reviews and maybe my trading card unboxings I've done in the past. I decided this is going to be a special pop up stream. I've been actually planning to do the stream for the last few days. I was even going to do some maybe after I got home from work, because that's going to be one of the reasons why I'm not going to talk about my job too much. I'm not going to rant about it. But unfortunately, for anybody else that works a job like me, you always know that can affect your schedule. And when you do YouTube as a side thing, or Twitch or Kick, just you do it here and there, kind of sparingly. Sometimes you have to kind of change your plans accordingly. And that's what may happen in the future. I don't know if it's going to happen now, honestly. But I've already told everybody on my Discord server about it. Long story short, things are changing at my job. I got some people leaving. People decide they want to go work other places. Like I know one of my coworkers is going to work at the new Toys R Us that's finally opening up. Which I look forward to that, and I wish wish this a coworker much luck. Hey, I would love to go work at Toys R Us. Out of honesty, I mean, if you probably can't tell by now, you know, that'd be my dream job. But hey, it's like I'm fine with going maybe checking the place out once it opens. I think it's supposed to be open for the next week or so, at least by in time for Black Friday. Because boy, of course we know what's next week, Thanksgiving, and I'll get to that in a little bit. As yeah, I can't wait for that holiday. Because boy, if I couldn't get any more chunky, boy, stuff me like a turkey. But no, let me get back to the point. Because there's people that are leaving to go work at other jobs, and after a while, I just kind of been thinking about it. While it's not so much a bad thing, people do gotta leave. When some of the people that are leaving are managers, and we are getting another person on as a manager. I don't know. It makes me think a lot that maybe here soon that I need to start working towards getting out of the job I'm in currently. I'd like to go back to working a day job, honestly, so I could actually have my nights free again. Because working second shift isn't the worst thing, but well, I'm glad I don't work third shift. I feel bad if anybody has to do third shift, other than the people who have to, like motels, first responders, people who work at gas stations. But anywhere else, I don't know. I couldn't work at a restaurant third shift. That's just not me. Especially if you're in a place where it's not real busy. Even second shift, once it starts getting later in the night, unless it's a weekend, it's not fun to to work it. And I'd like to be able to change my sleep schedule. But also, I'm just getting to the point, even though I don't ever plan on making streaming a job, and I don't plan on quitting right away. I'm not established enough to say, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna start streaming full time, get a partnership," and then just well screw myself over because you gotta work your butt off to do this stuff or get lucky to know the right connections. For me, it's just I still want to make this fun, make it not about the money. But like anybody else, if I can make a little bit on the side, that's fine. If not, it's whatever. That's why I'm still gonna stay at the job I'm at now, or in the future I may look for another job. Now, if I do end up working two jobs, that may hinder my stream schedule unless I'm lucky to have maybe some time off from one of the two jobs. If I'm working days at one job and night at another, and then maybe on one of the days I don't work either job, I'll be able to, if I'm not feeling tired and like dead, maybe I'll still do a stream until I can go to one of the other jobs full time and just maybe, like I said, I want to go back to working at a day job. Much as I used to be a night person, I'm starting to get out of being a night person. It's just not worth it sometimes, in all honesty. If I'm not staying up too much after like 10 o'clock, that's all right. Because I'm just I don't know. As I get older, I feel like I need to start getting myself on a better rhythm. I'm not a kid anymore, so I don't need to be up real late at night. I'm not out partying and doing other crazy stuff. It's just not my thing. I mean, I still like to go out, hang out with friends, do other stuff, but it'd be nice to actually have nights free because most people I know work day jobs, and that's kind of what I prefer. And yeah, how things are changing now with AI becoming more of a thing, and my job eventually I'll probably will be talking to the customers a lot less if I'm having to use a headset and then I hear the AI do most of it and only have to cut in if somebody tries to order something that the AI does not understand what they're talking about. So I don't know. It's got me thinking a lot. It's got me thinking about maybe drawing again. I love to draw and I've kind of taken a break from it, but I want to draw because I enjoy it. But then maybe work on getting better at it. Maybe work on trying to do commissions. That's something I want to try to do, and I'll try to be safe with it. Do stuff that I'm more comfortable with, and also keep tabs of people that aren't really the best to maybe do stuff for. Because I've had friends in the past that have gotten screwed over by shady people. And I'm gonna keep watch. You know, I won't just work for just anybody. But that's just how I feel about that. And then the other thing, well, with me being a collector and I buy lots of Pokemon cards, sports cards, and if I can find them, wrestling cards, I have duplicates laying all over my house. Some of it I could give away, and some of it I could sell. And really, I just want to try to just make money on the side. More just to not so much be rich, more just to get rid of things I don't need, and really just maybe to I don't know, try to start running my own business because I would love to have my own card shop, my own toy store, stuff like that. That I'm into because I'm a collector at the end of the day. It's not so much about the money for me, but at the same time, I mean, we all got to make a living until taxes are no longer a thing, until we can have our utilities for free, food is abundant. Yeah, in this world, as long as this world's the way it is, good luck with all that. And that's not me being negative. I'm just being a realist. You know, have my soda, I guess. I'm trying to lay off soda. I do drink water here and there, like I should. And it's rare I even drink anything sugary, so I'm gonna take a swig of my not healthy soda. But what is healthy anymore? Honestly, I don't know. But all right, let me just take a swig real quick, and then I'll get back to talking about some other stuff we can do here in the stream, as I'll be on for a little while today. So, give me a moment. So funny story about this. This is vanilla Coke. Apparently, there's a holiday version of this called Holiday Creamy Vanilla Coke. And I'm kind of thinking, wait, Holiday Creamy Vanilla Coke. And I've tried it. I'm kind of wishing I would have found at the same time I found regular vanilla Coke to see what's the comparison between the two. Like, I don't know. I want to do a taste test. I used to do taste tests. So, all right. And I've been kind of missing your guys' comments. So, hold on. So, Ilya said, Don't blame me, dude. This is something I had to determine with my old delivery job from 19 to 2021 when it was becoming unbearable for me to choose an hour after midnight and how it was taking a toll on mental health and plans that I had in mind that were sidelined due to the taxing nature of the job. Yeah, and well, and you live in a bigger city than I do, so it's a little more dangerous for you compared to where I live. Like me, I'm lucky I live in a suburb of Wichita where crime is not all there. It's rare that we have anything, but where you live in a bigger city that's bigger than mine, yeah, and even then, just when you're working at night, it kind of takes away from being able to have a regular, life. When most stuff during the day, it's like people don't really do a lot during the day. I mean, some people do. It's not that you don't see people go out to lunch during the day and doing other things, but I don't know. I mean, I guess not everybody. I mean, if we all want to work day, who'd work nights? I mean, we'd have to have machines, but we all know if they have machines doing jobs at night, I don't like going down that route, but it's starting to become more and more reality, especially with AI. Yeah, I know. It's the weird reality we live in now. It's our bad enough that we also have a hard time finding stuff in stores with scalpers out there who don't want to work. Because there's probably gonna be somebody that's gonna say, "Wait, you want to sell Pokemon cards, so you want to become a scalper?" Like, no. Scalpers go out and they buy stuff from retail and they don't even open it, and then they sell it for twice the price or even more. Me, however, I buy the stuff, I collect the stuff, I put stuff in my binders, put stuff on display. But see, anybody who collects trading cards, you already know you're gonna get lots of duplicates. And what you can do with those duplicates? Well, if you can't go find local kids to give cards to without look like a creeper, then unfortunately the stuff piles up in your house, and it's not even easy to sell stuff off either because most people don't want commons and uncommons or even holographic rares anymore. They want the big hitters, they want the ultra rares, they want the illustration rares, they want the special illustration rares, they want the golds. And it's like it gets harder to do that when you know that, yeah, there's people that want these cards, and then you're in competition with other people, which is fine. I'm not trying to beat anyone else for selling these cards. I just, like anyone else, I want to make an honest living, but I also want to, get rid of stuff I don't need. So that's how I feel. There's gonna be people that are gonna still say that stuff, and it's sad because it's on both sides. Like, I hate the scalpers, but I don't hate people making money. If you're somebody out that goes out and you buy the packs, you open them up, and maybe you resell them for a decent price, maybe wait until the card matures before you go and you sell it for more. Like, you don't know. These cards you think are worth this much money may not be worth that much money 5, 10, 20 years down the road. It just makes no sense. But whatever. I'm not going to knock people's hustles. It's just sad when scalpers have to ruin it for the rest of us, especially for the kids. I'm at the point where if I don't find anything in retail, I'm fine with that. I'd rather a kid find something before I do. If I worked at a store like Walmart, Target, Toys R Us coming back, I think they might still pull my cards when they do come back here. I would do this. One, if I see a lot of people, if I see somebody for kids, I say kids first. Then this is gonna be bad. I'm like, hey, who's here to collect? Who's here to play a game? Now, which one of you is a reseller gonna buy everything out? I'm saying, I'm sorry, but if you're a reseller, you go to the back of the line. If you're here to buy a few, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, the limits do make sense. 2 the Target, 5 at Walmart. I mean, I know it's not gonna always be the best thing, but we gotta fight the scalpers. And oh boy, I saw a video where somebody was at Costco making a bunch of multiple like accounts, and he got caught because he was breaking the rules. Like one of the employees was, you ain't making multiple memberships just to buy more than 2 products, and made the dude give up everything he had in his cart except for like 2 products. They still will make money, but they're not letting people break the rules. It's like, yeah, like not nice try there, buddy. Yeah, so it's good to see when the scalpers get their butts handed to them. All right, so of course, Elias has got another comment here. Well, considering I had to delivery from 4:30 to 1 p.m., yeah, definitely a convenience. That's around that Joshua introduced me. And my sister Courage it. I have reasons, but that's a story for another time. Okay. Yeah, I feel you, dude. I mean, hopefully, with how things are, you're able to find something better. or you already have. Like, just like me, in the future, like I said, I'm not going to leave the job I'm at now, but I'm definitely keeping my options open. So, fingers crossed, because it's gotten to the point where sometimes I don't want to say much, but I like some of my coworkers. Sometimes it's kind of like, eh. Sometimes I like some of my customers and even my company. It's like, that's why when I get out of it, I only want to deal with, well, the people have to collect my taxes. And then if I get a business, I also have to deal with, paying the property, any business taxes, of course, paying utilities, stuff like that, just like I do at home. That'd be the only thing I'd have to deal with. Plus, make sure I have somebody that I can trust to work with me so I'm not doing it all alone. But that's just something I want to do in time. Now, will I ever get into rip and shipping? Probably not, unless, like, maybe I get stuff through a distributor, not a retailer, like a card shop would do. At least the good card shops, not the ones that have people that are scummy and go to Walmart and Target and buy stuff up, which, why even do that? Whatever. So, speaking of cards, I'm gonna get rid of open some here soon. I was gonna wait till tomorrow, but I decided tomorrow's stream I'm just gonna focus on watching back some old videos because I kind of get impatient with this stuff. I haven't opened anything in about a week, and I haven't really bought anything else yet. I'm thinking about for my next stream, probably on the TCG channel in the next month or so, maybe buying a few more Japanese booster boxes, maybe one English box, maybe. Other than that, I'm at the point where I'm winding down when it comes to collecting. I'm still gonna collect here and there. I want to start buying more of the singles, and maybe just focus on certain things. Like I said, focus on Japanese, maybe on English on occasion. But with stuff being so hard to find right now, I don't know when I'll find Phantasmal Flames or more Mega Evolutions or still trying to find Destined Rivals. I'll just, like I said, more with the Japanese product. But anyways, let me put on the table here what I got. So give me a sec. I have the card cam set up, and I do plan on replacing this other camera here soon. I just haven't gotten around to it. All right, let me just put this on the table, and I will set the card cam up. And Scraggy Barrel's kind of become my card shop as of late, as I can't find anything at Family Dollar. Well, Walmart and Target I haven't been to in a while. And I can at least understand Family Dollar. I even mentioned this on my Twitter/X account that I know they're getting sick of the scalpers that come in. And it sucks for people like me who just want a few packs, or for the kids who want something. It's ridiculous, but what can you do? And I mean more of the scalpers. I don't blame Family Dollar for not having stuff in stock, keeping it hidden, and even having to kind of tell people on the phone they don't have anything. So it's understandable right now. All right, so there's the card cam. But Miss Deer, of course, you see I'm up in the upper corner now. I wanted to kind of change it for future streams, but there you go. I got Misty here as I show off some of the packs I'm opening up. Sorry if it's a little slow. Unfortunately, my other webcam, the resolution on it's not that great. But like I said, that's got to change here soon when I get another one. But open up some Panini football cards. Got the contenders and score, plus some Prism, which I've opened up Panini Prism WWE when they were still doing WWE before we went back to Tops. So I got those to open up. And that was really all I could really find when I was at Cragbro getting football cards. I couldn't find more baseball other than maybe a few boxes. But I was like, no, I'm just going to buy some packs for now. And then I only saw 2 of these. This is the only thing they ever have a pull on anymore when it comes to cards. Yeah, more of these. They're not the best, but screw it. I'm going to see if I get some more Japanese cards out of them. I know I can always buy Japanese cards if I want to do the same with English through like singles online. I don't know. I like to kind of gamble so much and so much. All right. So I'll probably open these up here in a sec. Probably get to the football cards after. Just like I said, just to change things up. I don't know. Like so, I'll still talk. Of course, we got Survivor Series coming up here soon. That's in about another week, and we got Saturday night's main event will be at the beginning of December, which will be Cena's last match. So interesting with what's going on at WWE. WWE has their hits and misses. People were freaking out, saying, "Oh no, WWE's doing bad," and they're like, "Oh hey, WWE's good again." Well, yeah, the company has ups and downs like everything else. You can't expect it to always be, everything you want all the time. But whatever. I just watch here and there just for the enjoyment. I mean, doesn't matter with the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression, how even the PG era had its moments. So yeah, it's just I just say whatever. Watch what you want to watch. That's what I always say. So here's the usual card that's always like the guaranteed foil, but there might be another foil. So I'm gonna go through these pretty quick. Oh, two reverse halls there was Alistair. Cool. So hey, got some Japanese. Cool. That's a Stunky. I think that's from I think like an X and Y set maybe. Yeah, it's hard to really see. Cool. I always like pulling Japanese cards. Okay, Geodude there. Oh, another X and Y. That's a Politoed. Awesome. Got a Voltorb there. That's, of course, from Vid Voltage. A Sunkern from, like, Silver Tempest. A Duskull from, looks like Prismatic Evolutions. Ooh, a Stuffle. That's from, like, a Sun Moon. Oh, man, I think it's from Paldea Evolve, a Luminous Energy. Alright, so just 3 Japanese cards so far. Alright, I'll open this other one here, because like I said, I just wanted to get a couple of these. And that's all I really had, too. I didn't see anything else. I was tempted by pulling figures, though. I saw plenty of pulling figures at Cracker Barrel. I don't know, because I do want to change this wall behind me. I want to add more just wrestling figures behind. Like, have maybe some Pokemon, maybe some Turtles, maybe some Power Rangers, wherever I get my hands on. Just to kind of change the setup, because I'm not just a wrestling fan. I mean, as you can tell, I was with my Turtles shirt on. And, with me opening up Pokemon cards. Just to show that I'm into more than one thing. But as the four main things I like, And, well, I do like Dragon Ball and Digimon and there's so much more that I'm into. Of course, my sports, I like my football. All right. But anyways, we got Cyclozar holographic. That's from Paradox Rift, an Earthen Vessel. Imposter from Vault Skies, a Combuskin. That looks like, is that Journey Together? It says JTG. We're not talking about JTG from Crime Time. Cool. Got a Yanma there. That's from Giant Fates, a Corphish from Crown Zenith. Oh, Japanese Arbok. That's SV10, so that's a Scarlet Violet. Oh, I think that's Destined Rivals set up already been collected, or Glory Team Rocket, and from Battle Partners, the Japanese equivalent of Journey Together. Cool. There's a Rookity. Espatra from Paradox Rift. A Tynamo from Mid Voltage is the last card. So cool. So English, I know I'm not giving as much love to English, but besides a few cards in here, I've pulled everything else over and over, which Journey Together, that's a set I definitely want to dig into because I've seen people actually find Journey Together checkling glitches at Walmart. So if I'm lucky to go Walmart, hopefully maybe in the next week or so, I don't know. I'm going to try to go before things get crazier at Christmas time as we're getting the Christmas shopping season. And boy, ain't that around the corner. And I have people in my town kind of remind me of that. Now, I actually want to ask y'all a question. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, if you don't celebrate Christmas, then you probably don't care. But if you did, how early is too early? I've already seen people within the last 2 weeks put up Christmas decorations. I've even was at the subway here in town. They had it on the adult contemporary station. I think I mentioned this one of the last streams, and that the adult contemporary station already switched over to their Christmas rotation. And usually they always wait till the week of Thanksgiving in the past, but now it seems like right after Halloween it was straight to Christmas music. So I think it's not so bad to start getting stuff up for Christmas. I'm starting to get in that Christmas mood. I'm even thinking about it the next week before Thanksgiving, putting my tree up. But like I said, how early is too early? When you already have stores as late as or early as late August already having Christmas stuff out, and Halloween wasn't even around at that time. So yeah, just crazy to think about that. A lot of people now are starting to get into that Christmas mood. Like I said, not everybody is. I know there's some people in the chat that don't celebrate Christmas. Like I know one person, one or two. But for those of us who do, I mean, I love Christmas. I thought maybe it was a tiny bit early right after Halloween to start seeing Christmas stuff. But after that, I'm like, you know what? As we get closer to Thanksgiving, it's like if some people need Christmas cheer with how this year has been, let them have it. All right, so we'll get her a swig of my drink. We'll talk a little more. We'll open some football cards. We're midway through football season. Hopefully, my Ravens do well in the next few weeks. And though I saw that Lamar Jackson and some other players on the team are injured, which, boy, Lamar has been getting injured a lot. And that's not good, especially the guy has yet to win a title other than to be an MVP. Like the AFC Championship that they had against the Chiefs a couple years back, to lose that. So right now, Lamar still waits to get that first ever ring. Hopefully he will someday, because it would be a crime if he doesn't get a Super Bowl ring. And also, not with the Ravens if he does go to another team, which I hope he don't. And I would wish him the best of luck if he did. I just wouldn't be too happy if he went anywhere else. But still, it would suck if he doesn't get one. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. This season's still far from over. Ravens are 5-5, and it's too soon to talk playoffs, but we'll have to see right now. But anyway, it's gonna swig the drink, and we'll get into some football cards. Right now, I'm just also checking if there's any comments anywhere else. So far, I've only had the Gaming Heel Ilios here on YouTube. Haven't seen any comments on Twitch. Haven't seen any on Kick. Okay. All right. Maybe in the future, I might try to do exclusive streams to Twitch and Kick, so maybe I get more people giving eyes on that. Plus, I think with Kick, I can maybe get away with some copyright versus with Twitch and YouTube, where copyright can kind of, well, you can get a claim depending on what it is, or you can get a strike, and I'd rather not get a strike. A claim is one thing, and claims could maybe have your videos restricted in certain countries or worldwide, but a strike, I don't play that. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get a little closer to the camera here as I open up some more cards. Open some Panini Contenders football cards here. So let me just do this here. Like I said, here soon I plan on getting my next webcam. I'll probably get the same webcam that I'm using currently as my face cam to also be a card cam. But I am going to keep this one. I may consider using it as a third camera that I might use to spy on my cat when I do streams. Maybe just to have him off the corner so you'll see Rescue, whether he's here in the room with me or if he's out in the living room. That's something I've been thinking about. Just, why not? Just to make things a little more interesting. Plus, I might be doing these streams a little more solo. My pal, Joshua, he will still be around, but in the new year, he's going to be spending more time, doing things at home, helping out his mom and the rest of his family. So you won't really see him much in the new year, honestly. But I'm sure whenever he has time, he'll probably come on and chat. But all right, guys, let's get through these cards here. So we got a Myles Garrett. That's a regular card. Just a regular silver one. Let's see, Justin Jefferson here from the Vikings. Wow. Wow, Panini, come on. All right, let me get a little closer to the camera. I'm trying to make sure I don't knock anything over while I'm doing this. All right, so let's see. We got a Bijan Robinson. I'm just going to try to put right here next to Misty. And then, wow, another card that's upside down of Travis Etienne Jr. from the Jaguars. Brock Purdy from the 49ers. Patrick Surtain, the second from the Broncos. Boy, Broncos are showing the Chiefs who are boss right now. Because, of course, me living in Kansas, a lot of Chiefs fans, and they're not happy right now to see that the Broncos are doing better than they are. Well, hey, how the mighty have fallen. All right, we got Derek Carr from the Saints. All right, so got my first parallel here. Stephon Diggs from the Texans. Cool. And then from the Steelers, boo. Russell Wilson. Nope. Russell Wilson's cool. Solid quarterback. I remember when he used to play at the Seahawks, and he played for a while for the Broncos. And then we got a parallel Myles Garrett. Cool. And then we got our gold, kind of almost a bronze, I think it's kind of bronze. It's hard to almost orange in a way. Of TJ Watt from the Steelers, boo. But once again, I'll be honest with you. I don't hate the Steelers. They're just my team's rival. If any teams I don't really care for as much, it's the Patriots. Which, boy, Patriots are making a comeback. How about that? Ugh. The Chiefs, because, well, I get tired of the Chiefs, because that's where I live here in Kansas, and everybody likes the Kansas City Chiefs. And then, well, the Cowboys, which I just don't like the fact they call themselves America's team. That's just me. I do feel bad for them because their team hasn't been all that great in 30 years, even when they've had good seasons. But that's just how I am. And it's no hate for the people that like the teams. It's just not teams I'm really into, but whatever. My team gets a lot of hate too, so hey, that's fine. Got rookie styles here from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr. Let's see, draft class of Peyton Madden and Charles Woodson, cool. And then we got a draft class of Spencer Rattler. And then we got our parallel here of a rookie stallion, red parallel, Xavier Legette. If I said their name wrong, I apologize. Tyreek Hill from the Dolphins. All right. Then we got Kyler Murray of the Cardinals, Zaire Franklin of the Colts. There's George Kittle of the 49ers. Chris Olave Olave of the Saints. And then we have Dalton Kincaid of the Bills. And then looks like the last card will be a Gardner Minshew the second of the Raiders. Well, that's it. I didn't pull anybody for my team, so that's all right. Still got 2 more packs to open here. But I hope everybody's doing all right, as always. Hope you're enjoying this little pop-up stream. Like I said, I'll be back here tomorrow with my watch-along for some older toy reviews of mine and maybe some trade card unboxings and just general talk. That's probably about it, because I don't really expect to buy any more cards. I don't really plan, at least not yet. I'll probably will wait until maybe next week. Like I said, I'll have to get some booster boxes I'll reserve for a future stream down the line. Now, next week, because next week is a holiday, I will stream on Wednesday only unless things change. Maybe I'll still consider streaming later on the evening on Thanksgiving, but like I said, Thanksgiving I'll be too busy spending time with family like everybody else that similar to holiday will be doing. So that's why I don't plan on streaming this Thanksgiving. But we'll see if I do come on for a random pop-up stream. Right, here we go. We got some 2024 score football cards right here. So pull up more of these. Now I've actually been able to open one of these off camera, and I pulled a pretty cool like gold parallel. So it'd be nice if I could pull one of those on camera, or at least something pretty cool. All right, here we go. All right, we got Chris Olave again from the Saints. So we'll see a lot of the same players, but all right. We got Aaron Donald from the Rams. Oh, we got a different Josh Allen from the Jaguars, not to be confused for the QB of the same name for the Bills. Oh, we got a Kellen Winslow. That's an old school card of an older player used to play for the San Diego Chargers before they came to Los Angeles Chargers. I got some more upside down cards here. Darren Waller for the Giants. For the Patriots. Antonio Gibson. Boo. So, like I said, I don't like Patriots because I have to hate some team. I can't like every team. Chris Godwin of the Buccaneers. We got Bobby Wagner for the Commanders. Of course, shows him in like Seattle Seahawks gear, so he's played for the Seahawks, I guess. That's like old school gear. You got Aeneas Williams for the Cardinals. Myles Garrett for the Browns. Okay, here we go. For my Ravens, Kyle Hamilton. Awesome. Always happy to see somebody on my Ravens. All right, we got Alex Singleton for the Broncos. Well, red parallel for somebody of the Chiefs, Xavier Worthy. Boo, but also yay because it's a parallel, so I'll take it. It's a hit. All right, we got a potential card of Dallas Turner. I believe this too is also a parallel, even though the border it's not the parallel. It's just more of the little logo up here is a parallel. So okay, now look from the Raiders. Howie Long, of course. Nowadays he's one of the commentators on Fox's pre-show and Fox NFL Sunday. So cool. All right, so that's I think our guaranteed parallels. All right, we got a celebration card of Myles Garrett with the Browns. We got a league leaders card of Mike Evans for the Bucks. Cool. A potential card of Cooper DeJean. All right, we have a sack attack with Max Crosby. All right, we got a first ballot here with Marcus Allen. There's a celebration card of Patrick Mahomes, even though they're not doing much celebrating right now. All right, we got a Marvin Mims from the Broncos. Because, yeah, that's probably the reason why they're not celebrating. Got Jaden Daniels right here. Cool. Let's see. Sack attack card of Myles Garrett. Of course, lots of Myles Garrett. So, I guess anybody that's a fan of him, he gets some love today. We got Austin Booker for the Bears. Josh Newton for the Bengals. And a rookie there. We got Terrion Arnold for the Lions. And another line right here of Mekhi Wingo. Once again, if I pronounce the name wrong, I apologize. Amarius Wim for the Bengals. And I think the last card is another Bengals of Eric All. Okay. Not bad. Too bad the Ravens card here couldn't have been a parallel, but oh well. So nothing too special with that. Like I said, at least cool. I always pull one player from my team, so hooray. Decent card here of this right here, the potential. And then yay and boo, but yay in a way. All right, so that's it for those. Next is the Panini Prism before I'm done with the card opening. here in the stream. Once again, always looking to see what comments I've got. I also have my laptop off to the side where I had the card cam hooked up. So right now I'm only just seeing, just Ilios's comments. Nobody else has shown up to the stream yet, but that's all right. This was a pop-up stream. It was not scheduled in advance, but even then, trying to schedule stuff in advance isn't. I don't know. If I was more established, maybe it'd be one thing, but even then, it's whatever at this point. I just do it for fun. Would I like, as I said before, would I like to make this a career? To an extent, yes, but I don't expect to just quit my job all of a sudden and just make this a regular full-time thing until I've become more established and just I don't know. Like I said, it's just baby steps. But anyways, Panini Prism NFL. Like I said, the last time I opened anything in Prism was the WWE. So maybe someday I'll get back and open those cards. Even though I know we're back in tops, but still, I think Panini stuff's a lot easier to find online now that Panini's no longer doing WWE stuff. Because top stuff is still impossible and expensive. All right, let me get a swig of my drink real quick, and then we'll get back to opening these before. I don't know. We'll just move on the stream for a bit before I do wrap it up. I know it's not really much to open, but hey, it's better than open nothing. All right, so let me just do this. We got from the Commanders, Emmanuel Forbes. We got Brock Purdy from the 49ers. Demario Davis from the Saints. You got legendary coach Jimmy Johnson, Cowboys. Of course, now he's retired, and I think recently retired from the Fox NFL Sunday. So, hey, enjoy your retirement, Jimmy. And I like Jimmy Johnson. I don't like the Cowboys, but at least back in the 90s, the Cowboys were respectable. Nowadays, it's kind of like, whatever. All right, we got Adam Thielen from the Panthers. We got Joey Bosa from the Chargers. Derek Stanley, Daniel Stingley Jr. from the Texans. Oh, my parallel coming up. We got George Karlaftis from the Chiefs. All right, so cool parallel here of Saquon Barkley. Okay, all right. Hey, and it matches because it's a green parallel. He's wearing green, so there's our big hit. Oh, and these must be the special parallels that are like a retail exclusive. We got Jesse Bates the third for the Falcons. Cool. And then we got Ron St. Brown for the Lions. And then the last parallel here is a Lenny Moore for the old Baltimore Colts. Okay, cool. So one of the players that used to play on the team before they went to Indianapolis. All right. Then we got a prismatic card of Malik Neighbors from the Giants. Cool. And then Cooper DeJean from the Eagles. And then back to the regular cards. We got Ryan Floundry. I kind of read his name wrong. I don't know why I thought it was a Kyle all of a sudden. And the last card, well, you could win. Okay, so this is just an insert they put, and I don't know if this is even still, from Super Bowl 59. So is this still? No, this is old. This is from 2024. So yeah, this Super League's already ended back in January. So sorry if you want this code, it's too late. It's no longer good. But hey, if there's any ones that you can find now in like the newer packs, I mean, I guess you have your chance in those. All right, so that's it. So the hits of this one, like you said, I'll show here in a moment. Got the Saquon Barkley green one, so that's a good hit. And I don't know if they number these or not. Besides just the regular numbers on the back, maybe the bigger hits get numbered. And then these cool, like, kind of reminds me of a candy cane in a way, Christmas talk. So very cool with those. So yeah. All right, so that's it for the opening. Let me get ready to get the card cam here off the screen. I'll switch back to here. And then there we go. All right. Thank you, Missy. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a watch along of any kind because not as many people came to the stream, and that's all right. Of course, hey, Game Hill, Ilias, thanks for being here. I'm glad you're here. I don't know who else is watching at the moment, but that's all right. Trying to think if maybe want to put a video on real quick, but honestly, I think I might get ready to wrap it up here. I just mostly wanted to come on so I can give you guys an update of what I plan on doing going forward. I'm gonna have to get ready to schedule my next stream. Next stream. I said scream. I don't know why. I was tongue tied. I can't say it. Schedule the next stream for tomorrow, but until then, I'm gonna get ready to wrap this one up because I think that's really all I've got for you guys for now. I was maybe thinking in a future stream I might do some Legos. I don't know, maybe put some together. Maybe I'll show you guys some of my binders for Pokemon, show you my football, baseball, wrestling binders. I just want to do more with streaming. Maybe just right now focus on watch alongs and then try to make card openings a semi regular thing whenever I can find more cards. Doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, Pokemon, wrestling, whatever I can find. So just as always, stay subscribed to my YouTube channel. Follow me on the usual places, Twitter. Maybe I'll start posting on Blue Sky here and there. I'll maybe I can't guarantee I'm gonna do anything on Facebook. I just don't use Facebook as much anymore. All right. He says, "Yep, no problem." All right, cool. Appreciate it. And I'll have to start promoting my Discord server again because I need to maybe keep people in the know so they'll actually know when I go live, and maybe try to rebuild my Discord the best I can. But yeah, I guess I will get ready to wrap it up here. I know it was a fairly short stream. I didn't go for an hour, but I think I'm just gonna stop it there for the time being. So, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Rock on, keep collecting, and I hope to catch y'all again on the next one, which will be tomorrow. Keep your bells clicked for notifications on YouTube. And of course, you should probably get an email notification if you're watching on Twitch or Kick. But until I see y'all again, well, just take it easy. And like I said, rock on, keep collecting, and stay safe. As I repeat myself, because I'm running out of things to say. And now, the only other thing to do is put this up.